Hello and welcome to another CraftySniper's Airsoft blog videos. On today's episode, which I do believe is the third episode I've done, I'm going to be talking about zombies. And in the second part of the video, I'm going to be having my little rant that I've been promising for some time now. Now, first of all, let's go on to the happy side. Zombies. Well, if zombies are happy things. Anyway, yeah, if you don't know this, Lincolnshire Airsoft Club do zombie matches. Every now and again. They are night match, so yes, night matches, I love night matches, but zombies make it a little bit different than your standard zombie match. And tonight, this very night, I will be taking part in my second ever zombie match. I've done quite a few night ops, but like I said, this is the second ever zombie match. Now, I have done obviously a zombie match beforehand, and I learned very quickly how to build my loadout for a night match. And that is, go with something simple. And that's why I've chosen this. This is my G&G AK Aims. Or as G&G call it, the AK Gims for some unknown reason. Which is an electric AK. And to keep it very, very simple, I'm going to be running it with a high cap. Which I think the last time I ever run a high cap was the last zombie match. Obviously I don't run high caps during standard day matches. I don't run them during weekenders, I don't run them during 24-hour matches. Basically because they rattle and they're not realistic. I don't like them. I'm not happy with them as of trying to go with a realistic loadout. That's why I'll always use mid-caps of various different sizes in all my weapons. In fact, the M4s and M16s tend to take 30 round low caps. That's how realistic I want to take it. But at a night match, the last thing you want to be trying to do in the middle of the pitch black is trying to speed loader ammunition into your spent magazines. Due to the fact that A, it's pitch black, and B, there's an enemy team out there that are going to try and kill me, and C, there's the undead army of the zombies, okay, and they're out there and I don't know where they are and they're going to scare the crap out of me, and the last thing I want to do, like I say, is be speed loading. So my plan is to run AK, high cap, which obviously I haven't got in the gun at the moment, but that holds around, I think it's 500 rounds, 450, 500 rounds, which is more than enough for me to last a long time because obviously I'm doing semi-automatic shooting and, well, you know, 500 rounds would last me pretty much probably 3 matches, the rate of fire I do. Now, that being said, the AK is an awesome platform. I love it, I really do. That's why I have a gas blowback version of the AK, not the Aims, but an AK-74. This one is a little bit different from the standard issue AKs, because if you guys know, every electric airsoft AK pretty much has its battery under here. Okay, if you take this cover off, that's where your 8.4 or 9.6 stick type battery will go in there. And notice I had to say stick type. The space in here is only for a stick type. However, this one's a little bit different because this one has 11.1 LiPo batteries in it as standard from G&G, and you might be wondering where the heck do you put them? It's the hand grip, weirdly. The whole hand grip is a battery, and if I just lift this cap up here, allows me to take the battery off, and there you are. That's the connectors. The battery's in the top there. There's some little connectors just here, and that's where your 11.1 battery goes. Now, what this does is it guarantees me that G&G have built this gun to withstand the high speed of an 11.1 battery. Okay, so it is heavily upgraded internally when you compare it to a standard issue electric airsoft battery powered AK, which have the battery in here. What this also does, it makes the gun pretty unique with its batteries. It has to take one of 2 types of batteries that I know of. One is obviously this one, and the second one is the AKM, which has the wooden part here, but doesn't have the hand grip part. As far as I know, I haven't been able to try this because I've never seen one, but I do know that those batteries will fit this particular gun. So you can fit an AK Aims battery, handguard version, into an AKM, and you can fit an AKM battery into the AK Aims. It just basically takes away the wooden hand grip here. That's also one of the downsides of this gun. Batteries are quite hard to come by. And it's also a bespoke charger, which is even harder to come by. In fact, the only place I've ever seen these things is eHobby Asia, I think, in the Asian side of the world. And it's quite, I've heard people having good stories about ordering stuff, but I'm never really that happy with ordering from that far away. I just tend to think it will disappear. But you look after the gun, you look after the batteries, you don't do anything stupid to them, then they'll last. And the great thing about it is G&G will provide you in the package not one of these batteries, but two of these batteries, and the charger, and the special connector. So you have, from the get-go, a complete setup. They'll also give you a high-cap magazine. You just need to provide the ammunition. So, anyway, back to zombies. That's what assault rifle I'm going to go with, which is my noisy option. If you've got to imagine, it's going to have a high cap, so they rattle at the best of times, and this being an AK, it makes that noise, which is fine. Not a negative, it's an AK. Supposed to rattle, supposed to look rusted, supposed to look knocked up on the wood side of it. That's what I like about it. It gives an AK a worn-in look. You never really see an AK that's brand spanking new, and if you did, it doesn't look right. So that's my noisy option, but I also have a quiet option, which is this. This is my Tokyo Marui Mark 23 SOCOM non-blowback pistol, or quite possibly the most fantastic airsoft pistol in the market. And for all you that don't know, okay, if you had a standard pistol even, let's say the WE Glock 17, okay, I have one of those, I know what it's like. The range on that is 25 meters with certain ammunition, you know. It has a fully functioning slide, which obviously makes a lot of noise. The gun is very, very noisy on its own, actually. But the accuracy is kind of all over the place at long range. They are last-ditch weapons. They are less than 10 meters. Oh crap, the player's there. Bum, 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 bum. That's how you get your kill with a pistol. This is a bit different. First of all, non-blowback. So every time I fire this gun, the slide here does not move. Okay, so that automatically gets rid of the noise from the top half of the gun. On top of that, as you may have noticed, is a rather large suppressor. Okay, this is a suppressor that actually works. If you put a suppressor onto an electric airsoft gun, it may change noise a little bit, it may dull the thud instead of being a crack. However, the noise comes from the rear of the gun where the gearbox and motor is, not the front end of a gun like a real gun. This, with a suppressor on, sounds quite literally like a rabbit farting. Don't ask me how I know that, okay, but it's infinitely quieter. If you take the suppressor off this, you have a very loud, audible crack. Now the problem is with the very loud, audible sound is there's a very good chance that someone, if you're not shooting at them, will hear this and be able to go, target's over there. When you put a suppressor on, the noise comes drastically down. I have found this at targets less than 5 meters away. And as long as they didn't expect me to be there, I can go through quite a few of their enemy team and they will just turn around and go, I never even heard it. The first time I knew you was there was when the round hit me. And that's what I love about this. If you're a sniper stroke recon player, try and pick yourselves up one of these. These things are fantastic. However, there is a plus side, a really big plus side to these. The range. This thing outranges every other standard issue, out of the box airsoft pistol that I can think of. My WE Glock 17 and XTM don't even come close to this. Yes, they have a higher rate of fire, but they're incredibly noisy and they don't have the range. This thing, out of the box, will hit 50 plus meters. You can add the inner barrel from the Tokyo Marui VSR sniper rifle, which I believe is around 300 plus millimeters long. When it fits into the gun, it will literally just be sat at the end of the suppressor, so you have to have a suppressor on it if you mount that barrel. The range then goes to stupid ranges. I mean, if you set this gun up properly, you can use it as a primary sniper weapon. Obviously the FPS comes up, and in hot weathers you will go over 350 feet per second, but as it is, with no Tokyo Marui VSR barrel in it, so I can take the suppressor off whenever I like, out of the box, being a Tokyo Marui, it fires in at around 280 to 300 feet per second. Put in some 2.5s minimum into this gun, probably 2.8s, and you really do have a heavy hitting, long range, silent pistol. That's why I've chosen that for the zombie match, because hopefully I'm going to be able to go out and do some actual hunting with just this. I have 3 magazines that work with this gun. I'm going to see if I can actually get some kills with this gun, because obviously in pitch black the range comes down. You're not going to fire at the maximum range of any of your guns unless you're flicking BBs out your finger. And that's why I think this weapon is going to suit me very well. Not only is it silent, it is infinitely accurate and very, very... If I do happen to see a target at 25 metres, I'm going to know that if I can actually see the centre mass of the target, I'm going to be able to hit it with this gun. I can't quite describe how accurate these guns are. Compare them against any other pistol and these are incredible. You have to compare these to AEGs. Okay, an assault rifle. You'd have to. In fact, this gun here has incredible range with .25s. This probably goes a little bit further. That's saying how good the Mark 23 is. So, that's my zombie match. Hopefully, I'm gonna. Obviously, I won't be able to take any photos. It's pitch black, but I might do a video or a little written review of what actually happens. So, that's zombie match. That's a plus. Now it's time to go on to my rant. I've been saying I'm going to do this rant for some particular time now, and I finally got round to it. And you might be wondering, what the heck have I got to rant about? Well, weirdly, it's an airsoft product. It's an airsoft gun that has, when I first heard about it, really, really, really impressed me with its specs and the fact of what particular weapon it was. However, when it finally came out, there was a lot of things that disappointed me. Now, you might not agree with this, with what I'm about to say, but it is something that I personally am disappointed with, and it probably means I will definitely not be getting one. However, I'd love to review one, but that's in the future. And you might be wondering, what particular gun can, you know, make me unhappy? Because I love airsoft. I've been doing airsoft for 3+ years, and I've chosen quite a few guns, and 9 times out of 10 I like them. It's made by Tokyo Marui. The same people that made this awesome pistol. And unfortunately, it's the AA-12, the fully automatic shotgun. When I first heard about this, I was so awestruck that the company was finally going to release a AA-12. And I was so happy it was TM, because TM, as we all know, make fantastic guns. However, that soon changed when it was finally released. Now, like most people who are in the airsoft world, I got into, as soon as I heard that TM were going to make it, I got straight onto the old interweb and started finding out any information, any photos that I could find on the AA-12. And eventually I come up with some stuff, and it looks awesome. The fact that it is a big, hunking AA-12, and it's fully automatic and it's electric powered, I was like, wow, that's amazing. Yes, it could have been better if it was gas powered, but you know, it isn't. We'll live with that. Now it's finally out. Now I can finally see some videos and actual user information from people that have actually picked the thing up and used it. There are a few things that are annoying me. Now, I know that TM have to make plastic weapons, or have to have a certain percentage of plastic in their construction. This is all plastic bar the suppressor. Okay, the whole thing's plastic, which means it's very, very light. But it's made up of different panels. You've got an upper receiver, a lower receiver, and it means that it's very, very strong. Even though it's plastic, it's extremely strong. The AA-12, this is the first negative that I found, the AA-12 is made out of one piece of plastic. The whole thing, one piece. It's plastic. It's quite thin. That means that when you shoulder the AA-12, it's got give to it. It creaks. It just moves. And that to me just gives me no faith, no trust in the weapon when I'm shouldering it. Obviously any airsoft weapon, like a real steel weapon, when you pick it up and you shoulder it, you've got to be comfortable with it, that when it's shouldered, that you know that you are one-to-one with the weapon, as weird as that sounds. But the TM AA-12, you're not going to get that, because when you get hold of it and you shoulder it, you put your tense up, And it means it's going to move, it means it's going to be giving it. And in the back of your mind, you're going to realise that this gun, it's not the best quality material to make a one-piece weapon out of. But they did it. Now, another thing that kind of annoys me about it is the fact that they promised, again and again and again, before it was released, that every version of the AA-12, when you bought it brand spanking new, would come with the drum mag. Now, I think the drum mag holds, or will hold, about 300 rounds. That's fine. This is a 3-shot, fully automatic weapon. 300 rounds, that means, you know, you get 100 trigger pulls. That makes it feasible. However, now it's released, and it's in the UK. There are retailers in the UK selling this thing now. It's got no freaking drum mag. What they give you instead is the cheaper, smaller option. They give you the awesomely named Sledgehammer, which is a big conventional size, conventional standards magazine. It looks like an M16 mag, only it's a lot bigger, it's AA-12 magazines. You know, they're just bigger. And this holds 90 rounds, which gives you 30, count them, 30 trigger pulls, firing 3 shots. At the rate of fire this gun fires, it will empty its magazine in seconds. Yes, that's if you put it onto full auto. Semi-auto, it's barely feasible. Full auto, it's not feasible at all. It's £20+ for a magazine, which is not too bad, to be honest with you. But as it is, out of the box, you're going to have to buy mags. You was hoping for a drum mag, for crying out loud, and the drum mag's not here. The drum mag would have made it feasible, would have made it a usable weapon system. You could have got it, put your battery in the back, got your drum mag connected up, filled up and connected, and away you go, and it's going to last a bit longer. But because we've got the Sledgehammer mags, it's not feasible. In my eyes, it's not feasible. Then there's the ability that TM have of telling us and making sure that we only put in the correct batteries into a gun. Now, this started, in my eyes, with the Tokyo Marui SOCOM recoil shock series, the M4, which I do believe was the first recoil weapon that TM released. I could be wrong about that, but hey-o. That weapon only took its own TM batteries. There was nothing special about these batteries. The way they were configured was special, but the size and the output that these batteries put out was nothing special. But we had to buy TM's own batteries. And it was more expensive, funnily enough, than the standard batteries that would have also given the same output. So you had to buy, if you wanted to buy a lot of batteries, you either went to a shop and bought a lot of TM batteries, which were fantastically expensive for a battery, or you bought the attachment gizmo, put it on the back. I don't know quite what the actual process of doing it, but it basically, once you put this little gizmo in, it allowed you to put in your own standard batteries, which I do believe were nunchuck style batteries. So you had to alter the gun to put in the batteries that most of us have in our collection. I myself have nunchuck batteries. Every airsoft electric gun I ever buy, I already got in the back of my mind what batteries I need, and preferably I already have the batteries. But TM did it a bit different. And they've done it again with the AA-12. Okay, now it's not a bespoke battery. However, you can't put in high output batteries. You can't put in, dear God, you wouldn't want to put 11.1 LiPo in it, that's for sure. The gun has a circuit in it, and basically you put the battery in it, and the gun will read what output this battery is, and it will say yay or nay. And if it says nay, the gun does not fire. I know that's a safety thing for us fools out there that will put a bigger battery in a gun, but I am a trustworthy player. 99% of all other airsoft players are trustworthy and knowledgeable to realise that TM guns don't take too well to high output batteries. Why did you have to put that thing in it? I guarantee you, if that thing breaks, whatever it is, if it's a circuit board, if it breaks, I bet the whole gun doesn't work. And that's annoying to me, because I'd rather just buy the gun. Yes, I know it's not going to take an 11.1. Yes, 9.6 might be pushing it. So I'm going to stick to a 7.4 LiPo, I can get them small enough. Or I'm going to go with an 8.4 or NiCad battery and put that in and be fine. But I want to be given that choice, not TM dictating to me. On top of that, on top of all of this, there's the price of the thing. Now, I should be the last person to complain about prices of guns, for crying out loud. I've got an MG42 by G&G. Just Google G&G GMG42 UK price, and that will explain to you exactly why I shouldn't be arguing about prices. My gas guns cost around, the G5 was about $240, but my AK with its mags and all that kind of stuff, it comes up to around £380 to £400, which I think is about the average for an airsoft gas-powered weapon. And they're very realistic. They're full 1-to-1 metal, 1-to-1 sizes. The weights are pretty much the same. The magazines are realistic. I can accept they're £400. Dare I say I could even accept the fact that there are some rifles out there, some of the gas blowback rifles, that are $450 upwards. But then there's the TM AA12. It's £400 on its own with one of the sledgehammer mags. So it's an AEG. Let's face facts. Let's get rid of all the AA12 business. It's an AEG. It's got to come under 350 feet per second. Not a problem. It's TM. It's going to. How are you going to chrono it with 3 BBs going through? God only knows why. But anyway, it's not going to be a 350 feet per second monster. However, it's plastic. It rattles. It squeaks. It creaks. It moves. It doesn't come with the drum magazine, and God knows when that's going to be released and how much that's going to cost. It's got a smart system which, you know, it's protecting the gun, but like I said, I'd rather be given the choice myself. I'm not stupid. And the retail price for all this fun is £400. That's a lot of money for an AEG. I mean, this was retailing for around just over £300. This is steel and wood and aluminium and all the rest of the dribble. It weighs a ton. I'm pretty sure the AA12 does not weigh what it should weigh. And then, on top of that, we have players out there that are going, oh, it's a fully automatic 3-barrel shotgun. It's going to be overkill. We just live with that, unfortunately. That's probably another subject for me to talk about, to rant about even, rate of fires and overkills. But that's just my opinions on the AA12. Quite simply put, will I get one? No, definitely not. Will I have a problem going up against somebody who has a AA12? No, definitely not. If they shoot me, they're cut. They shoot me. However, it's also a very good chance that I will shoot them. Will I review one? That's a different thing. If somebody at LAC turned up with a AA12 and was willing to lend it to me for a review, I would give it an honest review. Yes, I'd probably still bring up the fact that it's got a smart system in the rear end of the gun. Yes, it creaks and all that dribble. But I will give it an honest opinion and review from me. So, like I say, if you've got one and you happen to be at Lincolnshire Airsoft Club and you're happy to lend me it, feel free. I will give it an honest review. I'm not just going to complain about the thing. It's an airsoft product at the end of the day. We're all here for airsoft. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed my rant. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. It's just my personal opinions on an airsoft product. Feel free to put your comments up below it on the YouTube page or on the Facebook page or anything like that. I do listen to anyone's comments on any of my videos or any of the stuff that I put up onto the internet. Like I say, if you have a disagreement with how I work on the AA12, then so be it. That's just us. But that's my opinions on it. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed my rant. If you've got a subject that you want me to rant about, please, for the love of God, tell me. Put it on the Facebook page. PM me. That will be better so that nobody knows outside of you and myself about the future video. But if you have a subject for me to rant about and it's airsoft related, okay, so it's got to be something to do with airsoft, let me know. I'm pretty sure I've probably got an opinion on it because, let's face it, 3+ years in airsoft, I've pretty much seen it all. I will be doing reviews, getting back to that, and I will be reviewing this. Somebody's already asked me to review the Tokyo Marine Mark 23, and I will be doing that again. Likewise, I'll be doing the 8K as well. But anyway, that's in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I will be putting up another episode very, very soon.